Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Annisa Watoniah with official number A1M218045. And now I will explain a quantitative article, and the title of the article is The Relationship Between Learners' Autonomy and Vocabulary Learning Strategies in Iranian ELT Learners with Different Language Proficiency Levels. And this article is written by Ibrahim Azimi Muhammad Abadi and Abdullah Baradaran from Islamic Azhar University, Tehran, Iran. For the introduction, vocabulary learning is incredibly noteworthy to English language acquisition. It is unfeasible for a learners to communicate without the required vocabulary. In high educational levels, learners are habitually forced to become autonomous and make conscious effort to learn vocabulary outside of the classroom. Consequently, the autonomy of the learners plays an important role in developing and in changing their vocabulary. And for the purpose of the study, the researcher investigated whether there is any statistically significant relationship between learner autonomy and vocabulary learning strategies used in Iranian EFL learners with different language proficiency level. Next, for the literature review and the theoretical framework of the study, on 1995, Gremo and Riley state that autonomy learner is defined as independence in learning or self-study. And about 20 years after the Second World War, autonomy, self-direction, and self-access that are reversed to the same concept entered into the field of education and went under analysis and researches. And as the time passed, it became more and more familiar in the field of education. So, since the 1980s, autonomy in language learning has been a subject of prevalent debate. For the vocabulary learning strategies, it can be viewed as a division of general learning strategies in second language acquisition, and vocabulary is a very vital to language and of serious significance to the normal language learner. Lack of vocabulary knowledge will lead in lack of meaningful communication. The chief advantage that can be attained from all learning strategies is autonomy. Students can take charge of their own learning and expand independence and self-direction. And that's how the linear autonomy and the vocabulary learning strategies related. For the research side, the research was conducted on students at Islamic Azhar University in Iran, and for the sampling, the population of the research consisted of 190 male and female learners, 95 of them studying English in the advanced levels, and 95 ones in the intermediate level. Also, it should be noted in here that all the participants were above 20 years old. The study method was quantitative through the administration of two questionnaires and through language proficiency tests, TOEFL for the advanced group and also for the intermediate level group. And then the quantitative data was analyzed using a set of correlations analysis revealing a significant positive correlations between learning, autonomy, and vocabulary learning strategies. From the article, the data analysis, the research found that there was a significant relationship between learners' autonomy and vocabulary learning strategies in Iranian advanced EFL learners. Then we can come to the conclusion that the higher the level of the learner autonomy, the higher of vocabulary learning strategies used will be. Learners who are highly autonomous have the expertise to make the learning easier and more manageable, as well as a solution to overcome problems associated with learning. They monitor their own learning and have learned how to deal with anxiety, nervousness, and fear of making mistakes. From the article, finally, we can conclude that the researchers in the study tried to investigate the relationship between learners' autonomy and vocabulary learning strategies in Iranian EFL students with different language proficiency levels. Based on the data analysis, the researchers found that there was a significant relationship between learner autonomy and vocabulary learning strategies in advanced Iranian EFL students. Highly autonomous learners have the skill to make learning easier and more manageable, as well as solution to problems associated with the learning. They monitor their own learning and have learned how to deal with anxiety, restlessness, and fear of making mistakes. Then it can be concluded that the higher level of students' autonomy means the higher the use of vocabulary learning strategies. I think that's all for me about this quantitative article. Thank you for your attention, and I close by saying wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.